Well, here we go. We got all the boys in the house. This is the first time, at least in this podcast studio, that you've been.
That I've been on, yeah.
That you've been on. So
I spectated over there.
Yeah, you sat there and you go on to Paris and eat with us afterwards and everything else. So, but all right, we got Michael Little, one of the Spotted Dog owners. Everybody, you know Richard, the other Spotted Dog owner. Got Mr. Zach Poole here, the one that pays all the bills down at Spotted Dog. At least that's what it may feel like.
I pay the light bill this week.
I pay the light bill. Yep. So
owner of Rafter P Knives.
Owner of Rafter P Custom Knives. I just got back from Vegas for
16
at the NFR
days
for
at the NFR.
Yeah, that's a
Cowboy Christmas.
That's a
long time for my girls.
Did you throw the bones?
Oh yeah.
Did you?
No, I ain't gamble.
Oh.
I work too hard for my money to gamble.
I hear you.
He said he had to save that money to buy that new Arc 34 he just got.
He had to save his money because a Coke cost him $6.15 or
That
whatever
is
it was.
$6.30 for a Coca-Cola. Canned Coke.
Canned Coke.
Yep. I went down there that one morning. I was hungry. I went and got me a breakfast burrito and a canned Coke, and it's $30.
Holy cow.
Yep.
Drink that Coke with your pinky poked out.
We did pretty good. We made sandwiches and stuff like that during the day, but sandwich gets old for 12 days.
Yeah, you got to kind of ball out a little bit.
Yeah, a little
when
bit.
you're in Vegas. So what we want to talk about is, because we haven't really done this, we put out some content, but we have not talked about the new bows. And that's typically something we jump right on. And it's kind of a shame that we haven't already, because this first little question is kind of coming, I say question, comments coming to you, but everybody knows that you're a Hoyt guy and everybody knows that you're a Mathews guy, which works out great because y'all don't need to shoot the same thing.
No, it's Ford and Chevrolet.
Yeah,
right?
you sell them both, and so you each need to pick one and shoot it. But the good thing about it is you love Hoyt for a very specific reason, and you're proud of that. And same with you. You love Mathews for a very specific reason. You're proud of that. But I was out of town when the Mathews got delivered, and I think the first thing you told me about it is like, this is, I think, the first Mathews bow that I would shoot, or something along those lines.
Yeah, that's not far from it.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
And look, and that's not altogether true. I would have shot some of the one cams back in the day because they were what they were. But since they've gone to this binary deal and two cams, and this is the only one that I would have shot.
yeah. So going back, we're just gonna jump right on in.
Comparatively speaking to what I shoot now. I mean,
so tell me really quick, what do you love most about your Hoyts?
the grip, for one thing, how they feel in your hand. Now, when they're really smooth to draw, at the back end, it depends on how you get that module set up too for your draw length. But they're smooth. The transition from your poundage to your let off. Once it's sighted in, you're out there shooting. You're out there at a distance. How this thing aims. A customer said it perfectly. You know, it's tight. You know, once you get it at full draw and you're holding it, your bow doesn't sway a whole lot. And it's kind of hard to explain. But the guys that shoot a lot, they know what I'm talking about. But anyway, there's just the riser, how stiff it is. There's just all kind of things. But I've got a long history with Hoyt. You know, from the late 80s to now. My history with Mathews is just from 1992 when they opened up. I don't know, but there's a lot of things about that.
So what's the biggest improvement on the Mathews 2026 arc?
Well, first of all, the biggest improvement of where Hoyt was to where they are now, you know, you draw a bow back, and there's several different reasons why I think they kept the 75% let off for so long. I think it was a target-minded manufacturing idea, but they finally came around to what the hunters wanted. But anyway, if once you got it back to that back wall, and it was a good wall, but if you relaxed, it'd jerk a knot in your neck. So you had to keep pressure at the back end, just like these guys that shoot the back tension. You had to keep it back. But they've improved that since. And And from a bow last year or the year before last to what they have now, very subtle changes. They really didn't have anywhere to go. I mean, how in the world you can't make big improvements on what you have from one year to the next to the next. You run out of stuff to do. What they've got right now is awful good. But they did do the little limb shift changes now, and which is a big. Somebody wants to do their own stuff, or your broadhead tuning or whatever. It makes it really, from what we've seen, we haven't fooled with it a whole lot because most everything we pulled out of the box shoots a bullet hole, without doing it. But the Mathews, in my opinion, what they've changed this year from the previous 15, that bow is tight. When you draw it back and you get back to that back wall, first of all, I had to shoot it 3 times and I know I didn't feel that. And yes, I did every time and I know people from Mathews, maybe they don't watch us. I don't know. That's the closest bow. That's the closest bow that Mathews has made that feels like that one. And, some of the previous bows, they shot good. Just, they wasn't as forgiving as what I would like, but that one is. That thing, that's the real deal. And they had the furthest to go, in my opinion. The jump that they made, look, I even text our old rep, which is now he's now the head of maybe like a regional sales manager. Or he may be the sales manager for that matter.
He moved up.
He's the head guy. I said, dude, you got something here, boy. And anyway, I'm proud of it. I don't have a problem. Somebody coming in, they want a Mathews. Absolutely. It's a great shooting bow. You'll love this. You've not really heard that out of my mouth in a minute. But I'd say that about that.
I've never heard you say that.
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah, it's been a while.
But that's it.
Yeah, that is. It made you want to. It made you want. You've been.
Zach's going to get one of each.
Picked up one
I figure it
yesterday.
out.
Yeah, you just got your.
I got
tell about the bow you got.
I got the ARC 34 yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. Shot it a pretty good bit, playing with it. Got a AX3 33 on order. Haven't got my hands on it yet, but the ARC, and to me, I didn't own a lift X or whatnot, but it seemed like the limb angle change was the biggest thing for me. The limbs aren't past parallel or as far past parallel as last year. And I know that was pretty finicky on them last year, and it seems like they changed that. And that was the main thing I noticed on it is the hold. Like it just aims super well.
Yeah.
Well, that's where the tight comes from.
Yeah, tight. Yeah.
Their limb angle before, their pocket was like this. Now it's up like this, and their limbs. And now,
I think that was for me. That was the biggest change in the difference on the hold was the limb angle. I think because
the limbs got a preload now.
Yeah.
More of a preload.
Yeah. Tinkering with them last year, they were super finicky. For me, they were super finicky to get right. Once you got them right, they were good, but they were timing was finicky on them and stuff like that. But I think the limb angles is going to be. I think that's the biggest change for me. What makes it point better for me is that.
And it points.
It is a pointer. It is a aimer. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Once you get locked out on it, it does not move. Yep. I did not. That was the first thing I noticed on it.
Hey, that new color's not a bad color.
Man,
either,
I don't know if they're going to sell another color but that one. I mean, that's one of the finest looking bows they make now.
Yep.
And that new Sandstorm, is it Sandstorm?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love it too. The other bow's black riser with Sandstorm limbs. I
Look,
think
I'm going to
that's
tell you,
be
that
sharp.
bow's sitting there. That's the first time I've seen it, a sand color.
Yeah.
At the store, it has, to me, it has a mint green tint to it.
Mm.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
But right there, it does not. Look, I'm going to tell you, that's a good looking color.
Yeah. And I come out of RX9, and that's my favorite bow ever. And I still love that 10. I shot that 10 a lot. I just wanted a different change. So I felt like buying a a 10, I would be getting, kind of close to what I already had. That's why I went with the Mathews and then the AX3. Kind of just, I like getting new stuff every year and something to play with and tinker with.
But it's tough to have a RX9 and then spend all that money to get an RX10 when they shoot so similar. Other than the
and that's super
shift.
Nice. That is super nice. And the AX3 will have that limb shift or the
XTS.
The XTS on
That's
it.
right.
So, yeah, Mathews is the limb shift.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you now if people have something older and they want to, I've been thinking about getting a bow.
This is the year.
I don't know. This is the year to buy one.
Either one. You ain't gonna go wrong with you tuning wise, hold wise. Because you still, the hold on the 10 is still the same as the 9, and that was before the arc. I would say that was the best holding bow I'd ever shot was the 9. So
I'm gonna tell you something. Going to the TAC events this year, you're gonna see a bunch of all of it now.
yeah.
You're gonna see. You'll have your Hoyt guys out there. You'll have you'll have more arcs and more RX10s and 9s out there than you shake a stick at.
Yeah, those are the top dogs for sure. When you go to those deals, those are the two. It's Mathews really. Everybody. There's 80% of people or 70% of people seem to be carrying a Mathews. It is definitely.
Yeah,
they have the industry.
Yeah, a big part of that too, though, is you look at all the TAC video guy, like the TAC YouTube or like the
influencers. Styles.
Oh yeah,
That's what.
Dude, Mathews is throwing some money at the influencers.
Yeah.
They got. You got, and Hoyt has too. They got some good guys, but like Mathews, they got the right people on the influencer deal and the popular people.
yeah.
Michael, how far do you have this sighted in? How far out?
I've shot it out to 60 is all, but according to the tape, it's well over 100.
Can you tell the difference how that pin settles on a target than it was before?
It definitely holds a lot different.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
When I shot the Lift X, that was the first thing I noticed was it did like it. My float was big, and then when I'd go to the 9, that was what made me buy the 9. Is when I pointed it in my pin float, there was none. It just held.
I'm going to tell you something else I like about it. That before, a lot of their let off, 85% is 85, but what's in front of that 85? So the ones prior, you would draw it back and you get to it, boom. And then when you want to ease forward, you have to almost push it to make it go. And when it would break, you have to catch it and then slow it down. You get a deer at 10 yards, that's a lot of movement up in that deer stand.
Yeah.
This thing is pretty nice. You can control it better.
Mhm.
Of course, they got the Z mod.
Yeah, the smooth mod or Z mod.
So what's the feet difference on the Z mod to the regular mod? Have they released that?
They're saying about 10 feet.
10 feet?
Yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah.
And we've shot you shot it and compared the
Yeah, it's
two.
pretty
It was
close.
right
I
there.
haven't got
Yeah.
to shoot the Z mod yet.
The one that we did or that I did, it was 6. What ain't that
Was
what it was? A
6.
I don't remember.
That's not bad at all.
I was thinking it was 6.
And it made me
Remember,
sick.
Corey was on the phone and he was asking about it, and I changed it. I was thinking it could have been 6 or 8, but it was less than 10.
But y'all, there is no reason for that Z mod, as smooth as that is. If you're able to handle your poundage, there's no reason to give up feet per second as smooth as that thing is.
Yeah. Well, that's one thing that Corey was talking about, I think maybe to you, was getting, instead of 70 pounds with the performance mods, 75 pounds with the soft or Z mods.
Mm-hmm.
What would be some benefits?
You could pull a little more weight. It's just how that draw force curve is set up. So
Yeah.
it starts heading to let off a little quicker.
So it'd be a smoother draw, although it's possibly
Still
more weight.
More weight, yeah. I've got the Z mod on that bow. It's 29 inch, 70 pounds. And shoot a fairly heavy arrow, 460 grain arrow in the mid 280s. So, it's not
Plenty
slow.
fast enough.
Yeah.
What'd you go, not trying to derail, what'd you go to that heavy of an arrow for this year?
I've always shot in the mid 4s. I started out hunting this year with 435. So,
What happened to the HLR at 3? Was it 383 or?
It was 393. Just I want to shoot a big cut mechanical broadheads. Want a little bit more rear end behind it.
Yeah.
But you killed a deer with that.
No, I killed a deer with one of those arrows.
But have you not killed a deer with that lighter one?
Not with HLR.
Okay.
I only fixed up like 3 arrows just to see how they were going to shoot.
Yeah.
Great arrow. We got a lot of customers just killing stuff with them.
You think that that's one of the top 2 or 3 arrows out there on the market right now is the Victory HLR
It's
for hunting?
It's up there.
Yeah, if you want more speed, definitely. I mean, I think in the Victory line, we probably sell more of the Valps. Where in Easton, it's Axis and then the new 5.0 on the Easton side. But I'm shooting the Victory SS, the 166 with the stainless steel in it. So
Yeah.
It's not a stainless steel tube. It's stainless steel that's wrapped.
Yeah,
woven
perforated.
through. Yeah,
tough arrow. I've been shooting them now for probably 4 years.
they're tough.
Yeah.
They're tough.
Well, speaking of killing stuff, you just said that. You had a pretty good hunt over there at Mississippi River.
I did, yep.
Pretty
Early
exciting.
November. We were over at Cottonwood Farms, a place we go to a lot. So like going over and seeing Jeffrey and the boys, and go there a couple times a year. But that very first hunt, probably the best hunt I've ever had.
Just
think
in
I
general, or are you talking
saw-
about just over there?
In general, I saw 20 bucks in the woods. Yeah, it was a hunt. So, and 3 of those were shooters. So, and I killed a mainframe 8-point with a kicker that's coming off his base. It actually makes him a 10 points. So, mid 130s probably on the score, but he weighed 260 pounds. So just a huge,
Big one.
Those
you know,
Mississippi River
Mississippi
deer.
River
Ones you
deer.
dream
Big
of.
Yeah.
He was big all over.
And
If you
saw
understand that. That's what I checked first.
inside joke.
Yeah.
But
Pull that leg. Look at that.
If you're watching, if you're not watching, you just listen.
This is
to
rated
it.
G. I
Good
didn't
for
say
you.
That's right.
Good for
Yeah.
you.
He was looking for his new earmuffs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
that's right.
There you go.
Man.
Christmas gift right
You
there.
said it first right there.
Yeah. So you killed you a good deer,
Yep.
and
Look, it was a good hunt.
The whole hunt
Was
good.
it 4? There was 4 or 5 bucks killed.
$4, 2 does out of 9 people.
Yeah.
And I think everybody saw shooters.
Yeah.
Uh,
Nikki shot one. She shot one with a crossbow.
that same hunt, I had more or less a big cull, but a 6-point come in that was a bigger body than the one I killed. And Richard went in the next day to try to kill him and saw him, but just didn't get close enough. But they
It
killed
looked
him.
like a Bramer bull.
Yeah, they killed him like 2 weeks later, and he weighed 280.
Good night.
dude, that's a big.
He filled up a pair of binoculars, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah. I had him at 17 yards,
Mm.
but didn't even have an arrow knocked. I had that other one dead out there at 50. So
We've been trying to figure out how to. Jeffrey, later that night, I said, Jeffrey, look, we can't go to bed just yet. We got to go out there and get one more. No, I'm just picking.
yeah.
Well, you told me a while ago. You said something about the deer you killed, or I think I said something. Maybe we could talk about some hunts. And you're like, no, I asked you. I said, well, you haven't killed yet, have you? And you're like, well, yeah, I killed a 10-point. I'm like, what?
I thought I shared everything with you.
Keeping it a
thought you-
secret.
I know. My goodness. Well, tell me about that. Because you showed me a picture, but I don't know
what-
where or when.
It was,
If you
Can you
checked between his
parachute-
legs or not or not.
yeah, I did. That was the first thing I said, man, look at those racks. Let me look at that.
That's the other side of his earmuffs.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but it was, I shot of course, in Louisiana, you can shoot a buck and a doe, but doe came out first. I'm not going to pass up a doe. You know that. And I was sitting there waiting on it to get dark till the boys got through hunting. And I guess it was just me and Ryan. Me and Ryan were up there. Anyway, and right before dark, he walked right underneath my tree. I had that Dan DeWitt Seymour deer on my boots. I'm telling you, he walked right up to the base of my tree. And I said, golly. I said, I don't know. He may look kind of young, and he got out there in front of me, and he had an old Roman nose, and his nose got him shot. I said, that's not a young deer. So anyway,
Old gut shot.
shot him behind the last rib, and it stuck in his front shoulder. He got all the goodie. He didn't go out there very far. Anyway,
You said you shot him with the mega meat.
no, I didn't shoot him with a
I
says-
shot mine with a Mickey meat.
I think every sane person shoots a deer with a mega meat.
I'm a Grim Reaper guy. Although that carnivore. It leaves a good hole. And it was, we didn't have to look hard for the blood, but that mega meat's pretty ugly too.
Yeah, they're both nasty. We haven't talked about, we've posted about it, but we haven't talked about your elk hunt.
Yeah, that was seems like that was forever ago now.
Man.
But hold on, first of all, you got to talk about the tag. How in the world?
I didn't even know about it. One of my guy we shoot tack with, preacher David, he called me and said, "Hey, I found a little." It was only like 20 tag, 30.
I don't know.
It wasn't me, 20 or 30 tags. He said, "Not very good odds." He said, "I'll put us in." I said, "Well, put me in, put Haley in," and then I added Nolan's name. I didn't even call him. I just said, "Put Nolan's name in there too." And I think he texted you maybe a week later or something, got some details on it, and he put us in. And honestly, I didn't thought nothing else about it. And then he called me. Yeah, he called me 2 days before draw results and said, "Hey, New Mexico or the Navajo Nation just put a hold on my credit card for the amount." And I said, "Well, if they put a hold on it, we got it." So, and then 2 days later, we found out we all got a tag. And I don't think you get results till like July 28th. So if you think about it, you don't have but a month really to get you stuff in order to get out there. So it's kind of, it was kind of a crazy little ordeal getting ready to go. Got everything loaded up and drove out. I set aside 20 days that I could hunt. Yeah, I set aside 20 days I could hunt.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I left 3 days before season, and then we had a 14-day season, and I gave myself 2 or 3 days to get home, 2 days to get home. So I guess that'd be 17 days. Yeah, 18 days to hunt. And got out there. We scouted that day before, got eyes on some bulls. Actually put 2 bulls to bed that evening. All fired up, Took my dually up a mountain that it should never been up. That was a sketchy thing right there. It was from the blacktop to where camp was an hour drive down a dirt road. Not a dirt road, a pig trail. It was legit a pig trail up the mountains.
Up the mountain.
Yeah. Shouldn't have my dually should have never been up there. Oh yeah. It was bad. But got up there, got camp set up and all that. And like I said, we scouted that day, laid eyes on some bulls that evening, and we dropped down into a canyon the next morning, and we got on this old logging road. It was 3 of us or 4 of us. Got on this old logging road and come to a spot and was, just kind of letting the day get started. They weren't bugling. Yeah, I mean, nothing was bugling. The rut was nowhere even near starting. And actually, one of the guys with us said, "Hey, we fixed to go around this corner, and there's going to be 3 elk right there." They're native, Navajo guy said that. And didn't think nothing of it. And I'll be danged. We walked around the corner of that logging road, and he goes, "Big bull, big bull." And they caught us, that one caught us, and he was big. He's a big 5-point. He moved off, but as soon as they saw him, they popped out a cow decoy. They had one folding, popped it out, put it up. Well, there was another 5-point that caught his attention. Well, he walked to us. He walked he was probably 150-ish when we saw him. He probably cut 50 yards to us. I was like, "You kidding? This is fixing to work." You think here, you bump something, it's done. You're done for the day. But anywho, we get behind that cow decoy and just make some cow sounds and walk up to. I drew back on him 3 times. I drew back on him the first time at 80, second time at 72, and then we got to 61, and I drew back, and he gave me a broadside shot, and I shot him at 61. And we just walked up to him, just super slow with that cow decoy, and he'd look at it, and then he'd walk off a few yards, and he'd come back. We'd make a few cow noises.
Yeah, because he's never seen a cow with that many legs before.
Yeah, I know. It's yeah. And plus, you got a Louisiana redneck up there.
That's right.
You got a Louisiana redneck up there, and stuff like that just works for some reason.
I guess maybe it does.
Just works, man. But no, that was the first time they'd ever done that. First time, obviously, I'd ever done it. But got an area in him, 61 yards, hit him perfect behind the shoulder, full pass through. We stopped because that other elk, soon he heard that bull after I shot, he heard we had another shooter with us, another hunter. He heard that bull crashing. Well, he bugles. He like shot bugles off of that. Well, we just sit there, you know. I'm freaking out. I just shot an elk, you know, and the other two guys break off and they circle around to go try to get on that other one, and they would have killed that elk if I wouldn't have been so excited. I couldn't take it. I gave them about 5 minutes, and then I had to go look for blood, and I just walked up there to where I shot him. I just wanted to see, you know. Because when he was running off, I seen blood coming out of him. So, I'm pretty sure I made a good shot on him and got up there and, where impact was, there was blood everywhere. And then we sat there for about 20 minutes, kind of letting them do their thing. And they ended up, I can't remember if they boogered him, something happened. Anyway, they didn't get on that bull. And I eased up on top of the ridge and I followed blood for maybe 15 yards and got up on top of this little ridge and he was laying 40 yards past that. 50 yards past that, just in that little drain.
He didn't go nowhere.
Yep, he didn't go nowhere. He made it maybe 60 to 70 yards from where I shot him. And, that was my first elk. Yep, every knife that touched him was made by me, too. Yep, yep. I brought I brought a bunch of knives with me. Yep, we caught him. Every knife that cut him was made by me. Yep.
Well, you made some friends.
Yeah,
then,
yeah, that was pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
I wanted to do that. I didn't want any other.
Did you video that with your phone?
A little bit, yeah. We got.
I saw some pictures.
Yeah, sure. We got pictures and videoed a little bit of the pack out. And the natives, they have that was so awesome. Having them with us, the Navajos with us to watch their tradition on quartering up an elk or field dressing an elk. So there was things we did. So it was super super special. So one of the main things was, well, after we found him, we went back to where I shot him, to where impact was, and we picked what they call feed, grass and all that, and we picked grass and walked it to him and put it in his mouth. I've
seen people that I didn't know
sending him off with a full belly. And then when we caped him, a lot of people will take a bone saw or a hatchet around the hip, the back quarters, and to pop that socket.
Yeah.
Their belief or their tradition is you can't do that because it'll cause you to have hip problems. So you have to cut around that socket. You can't break it. Things like that. And then when we got to the head, I was just going to skull mount him. So we got to the head. Well, when we were caping the head, we had to leave the ears, the eyes, and the nose hide attached. So the next time you went hunting, animals couldn't hear you, couldn't see you, or couldn't smell you. So just
that's awesome.
Just little traditions like that. And there was a couple other things that I don't know. I'm not gonna talk about that we did that was awesome. We prayed over that. Thank you for this kill. That was just as special as the hunt and killing the animal was. There's no white man that treats an animal the way that. That was as special as it was killing the animal was the harvest, cutting him up. That was insane at how special that was and how much respect. In another thing, just a sign of respect. Everybody, if you had to use the bathroom, any of that, you had to do it before you started cutting on the animal because it's disrespectful to the animal to go to the bathroom or something and get that on your hands and then go back to touching meat you're going to eat. Yep. Yep. Stuff like that. Yep.
I don't remember ever doing that anyway.
No, but it's just that was when we got there, they were like, all right, everybody go. If you got to go to the bathroom, you need to go now because once we start, you can't go.
Did you take a bite of the liver?
They tried to get me to. I wasn't doing that. No, I had too many days to be up there to get sick.
Did they?
No.
They didn't kill it.
No.
Oh, that's right. Wasn't their kill.
But yeah, and then we kind of fought the next 2 days. We fought a mountain lion on that carcass. That was another thing, kind of, because there was still elk all in that canyon, but there was a mountain lion guarding that carcass. Yeah, she'd hear us coming in the mornings and go to screeching at us.
Oh no!
No, I'm being dead serious. No. Yeah,
we went detour.
Yeah, it sounds like I don't even know. It sounded like a sick cow elk mewing or whatever that's what it sounded like. And I was like, is that a cat? And they were like, no, that's a mountain lion. She's like warning us. She's trying to scare us off of her kill or off of that carcass.
Good job.
Yeah.
She did
Worked.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you see the Indians go to dropping their bags and grabbing their pistols, I was like, "What?" They're like, and they said, "Oh, well, the mountain lions are aggressive around here." I said, "Well, I ain't got no gun. You know what? We can't have guns when we're on the reservation." And yeah, I didn't like that.
But that tag that y'all drew was a coveted tag. It's not one.
Yeah, it's not easy to get. Yeah, it's not easy to get. It's tough country, and I mean, in some of the sheds we found, and some of the deadheads we found, and some of the bulls we saw, Haley almost killed dang near a 300-inch 5-point. I mean, which is huge. She got 50 yards from him, and or 55, and was just a little out of her shooting distance. And not that she couldn't make the shot, just out of penetration. We were just worried about low poundage, 23.5-inch draw. I mean, we was just worried. I mean, I would rather her be safe than sorry. I don't want her to ever go through not finding an animal like that.
You don't ever want to go home saying, having that on.
I've done it. I mean, I shot that elk 2 years ago and didn't find. I did not. It's not worth it. That's what I told her. I said, if there's a 3% chance it's not going to work, it ain't worth trying. Let him get to 30. You perfect at 40. Or 30 or 40. Why take a chance?
Yeah. Well, Nolan, did you what tell us about your
My elk field dressing experience wasn't quite the same as his. Probably because it wasn't one.
Okay, I was gonna say, dude, I didn't hear this part. Okay, gotcha.
That's probably it.
Did y'all get on some though?
Oh yeah, it was. I think I've even said it on here before, or like since then. I cannot literally dream or imagine just any better experience of going on an elk hunt like that, or just elk hunt, and having a better experience, but not killing. Like killing one would be the only thing that would make that better.
That's just the sugar on top. That's all.
By far my most favorite hunt, even if I wouldn't have killed. Most favorite hunt I've ever done.
I think and I'll give you some details if you want them, but I think I told one of y'all, maybe both of y'all, on my way home, I was like, I don't care to ever hunt whitetail again. And of course you told me like, well, that's a little extreme. Just give it a few, get back home, and then that'll wear off. Yeah. And of course it did. Like I don't even make it back home, and I'm like already planning on where I'm going and when, next. But no, I mean, I had 3 days to hunt. So we were all planning on going out there together. It was going to be all 4 of us. And I had...
Well, me and you tried to get a guide together for you and Haley. And right. You couldn't. They don't exist. There's nobody, everybody was booked.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody was booked. So that's why Haley didn't get a guide. And it was one of those deals where he could take one guy, and it's like, dude, you have 3 days. I mean, for sure you take the guide.
Yeah, I had just some work stuff before that I couldn't be
going okay. It was just work related. It wasn't because they only had 3 days.
No. It was just work related. Because it was a 21-hour drive or something like that. Something like so that. You're not making that. People are listening, like, oh my gosh, I could do that. Well, you're exhausted and you're about to go walk up and down mountains.
That's what whitetail hunters don't understand, like the physical work that you like. It's not. Yeah, I could drive 20 hours and go get on deer stand and, hang out. You ain't driving 20 hours and then going elk hunting for a week.
7 or 8 miles of that rough terrain. It was pretty rough. But no, it was awesome. I only had 3 days. We got up there, scouted that evening, saw some bulls, got on them the next morning. It took forever to get down in there to them. And super long story short, I think I may have talked about this a little bit, but long story short, he said he was 330, 340, something like that, but got about 60 yards from him. And anyhow, this one had that mule deer doe up above us, and with thermals and all, it didn't work out. And so she ended up spooking, and he was coming to us down this trail, and I was like 8 yards off of this trail behind like some cedars and aspens and like little pine trees and stuff. And I'm telling you, I say I was 8 yards. It felt like I was here to that corner of the room right there. And the trail looked as wide as this dang table does, and just as smooth and bare with nothing but looked like, to us, Louisiana boys, cow tracks. Big bull, talking about Brahma bulls, it looked like a big Brahma bull track with just little pellet, just elk crap all in it. And anyhow, he was about coming to us 60 yards coming to us on a string, bugling. Like I told you were sitting there, I told Kenny the other day or a couple days ago, I was like, and it started hissing. It made like a hissing noise Never heard of a
Yeah,
bull.
Mr. Kenny didn't even
Yeah.
know it.
And
All the years of elk hunting he's had.
never heard. And I've YouTubed it and see, and it's.
What did it sound like?
Oh, I can't. I'll play it on my phone. It's just like a hissing. No, not it ain't really like that. I can't do it. I've tried to do it. I've listened to the YouTube videos and tried to do it. And I can't. Y'all make fun of me. You're gonna make fun of me no matter what. Anyhow,
I would have, but I've never heard of it though.
We'll play it for. I'll play it for you here in a bit. But it just is like a hissing kind of noise. Is really kind of what it was. Is that how you describe it? It's like
I don't know if it's like a gurgle. I thought.
Yeah,
it's not a glunk. It's like a they glunk and then
When they walk, I mean, even when they walk, they can.
yeah. This had like a hissing noise to it though. And regardless, it made something
like
I didn't think.
Tom drumming, like a tom turkey drumming, kind of like that. It's kind of not that noise, but it's like equivalent to like why they're doing it.
Yeah, maybe, but he
That's
was
what I'm
bugling.
assuming.
He was doing that. He was raking and breaking branches, doing everything in the world. I'm talking about I was about to have a stroke. And like I said, he was so close, like I told Kenny, I went ahead and rolled my sight to either 40 or 50, whatever. But I did something real quick because it all happened pretty fast. The guy, he was back behind me, and he was calling, and he was responding. He was coming in. You could hear him getting closer and closer. And we had cows. They were mewing. It sounded like 10 or 20 of them. I mean, 30 yards is what it sounded like down this canyon. And the slope that we're on, you're probably listening and not watching, but it was, and I got it on Onyx. It was like 700 and I forget, 700 and something feet in elevation is what it dropped down, over 200 and something feet. Now, people that go and do that kind of stuff all the time, they're used to it. That's just cakewalk for them. Me, that Stairmaster at Planet Fitness didn't get me prepped for that. It got me prepped for a lot, but not for that. It was tough. I mean, it was hard to stand on. It was just tough to even just stand on, much less walk, because it was such a steep grade. And
you can stand straight up and touch the ground.
It wasn't quite that bad, but it wasn't far from it. It was steep. But those cows, they were down there mewing, and the bull, we knew it was coming, and I heard something and kind of slowly looked back up, just make sure it wasn't another elk, really just curiosity. Go and didn't see anything, so I went back down, and I'm still shaking, like I know this. It's the first full day. I know this is about to happen. And so I saw that, or I heard that up there, didn't see anything, looked back, and it wasn't a short time later. I don't know, it could have been 10 seconds or it could have been 2 minutes, but it passed by pretty quick. Heard it again and looked up, and it's a freaking mule deer doe up there. And she stomped. She never blew, but she stomped. And she stomped again. That second time she stomped, that canyon got quiet. And so the cows, they stopped mewing. And the bull, he just didn't like it. And so he did one more really, really light bugle. And that was about it. But let me tell you something, dude. When you have a bull bugling 60 yards from you in a canyon, it's going to echo no matter what. But you hear it on YouTube and, videos and stuff. When you're sitting there 60-ish yards from that thing and you're in the steep canyon, oh, dude.
Feel like it's going to blow your hat off your head?
Oh, I don't even know what.
I don't know how to describe
leaves raise up off the ground about that high?
Oh, my gosh. Everything. It's just like a little.
Dude, I want some
It's
of
like
that.
you're just in the presence of I don't know. It's just you're in the presence of something special.
This sounds dumb, but I've thought about this several times. I think I told Jacqueline this. You remember the Avatar movies? The blue people?
Yeah.
They go and it's like a world that really doesn't exist is kind of what it feels like. And he goes to it and they're just blown away. That's kind of how this is. I'm not trying to over dramatize it, but it's wild. It does not feel like that's really happening right there. And it's just an elk bugling.
Just an elk.
I know.
Well, they're so weird for us, to think about 1,000-pound or 800-pound animal walking around in the wild. That we got whitetail.
Yeah,
that's just a totally different creature, man.
But I had multiple other. You need some more water or anything?
I'll make you in a minute.
Here, let me grab some real quick. But we had multiple other experiences that we walked up on bulls and hearing them and seeing other bulls and I mean.
So you had way more rut activity. We didn't get in the rutting activity. We were a little south of him. They didn't start bugling. I'd already.
Oh, y'all were not even on the same.
We were in the same mountain range, but we were a pretty good clip apart. And he was in a totally different. They were doing. Yeah, we didn't hear any bugles till. Let's see. I think it had been the 22nd is when they started bugling for Dave and them. I had to come home. I had to get meat on ice. I was worried about losing my meat, so I ended up driving home and was gonna jump on a plane and fly back. And ended up not being able to. But yeah, They didn't start. David, the day they killed that bull was the day they started rutting on that section, like hardcore rutting.
It was wild. Listen to all those different bulls bugling, and it was awesome. But had multiple opportunities I never even came close to drawing back on anything, but multiple opportunities of
Did you get
getting
barked
really,
at
really
any?
close. Yeah, one time.
Dude, that's scary. We had a bull bark at
four-wheeler.
us at like 50 yards. Scared the snot out of me.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm assuming that's pretty loud.
yeah,
It has
it's
some
like a
volume to
doe
it, too.
blowing type deal, but like 10 times louder. Yeah, scared the heck out of me. We were still hunting down this canyon, and we had just got to this big like rub and whatnot, and we were just kind of standing there, and he was just on the other side of the thicket, and I guess the wind finally shifted down there, and he barked at us, and we all jumped. Yeah, he was right there on top. We never saw him, but he was right there on top of us.
I've heard it on TV, but that's something I've always wanted to do, and I'm telling you, my knees are just now starting to. There's no way. If I'm gonna go kill elk, it's gonna be at a fence in Texas
No, you could do
in
it.
March
You could do it.
or something like that. Nah, I don't know.
One thing, getting back on the topic about you feeling a little bit better.
Yeah,
You talk
good old
now?
Louisiana weather.
Yeah, dude, you ain't lying.
Welcome.
It's cold,
In the
son.
20s in the early in the week. And
Yep,
it's 70
tough.
Friday.
But I had the RX-9 Ultra that I shot all last year, and then we did the St. Jude's giveaway. And so right before that hunt, I ended up getting the Lift X 29.5. So I went from the long Ultra carbon bow, 33 and a quarter, whatever it was, essentially a 33-inch axle bow, to that 29. And I was curious how I was going to like it, but I'm going to tell you that bow, that Hoyt right there is mine, and I didn't get the Ultra this year. That thing shoots and holds well enough that it's good with me, but packing that thing in on that hunt, that smaller Mathews, 29.5, dude, that was like, yep, I'm not getting a bigger one. If anything, I could even went a little bit smaller.
Well,
but
that one holds really well. Even the short axle to
yeah.
axle. I mean, it's stiff. When it's there, it doesn't move.
it doesn't. But
But what about Hamsky came out with this new R7 air rest, and some of the guys you see on YouTube, they've already talked about it. Now, that thing is sleek. It's neat.
They cut a bunch of weight off of it. That
they
was
sure
the main
did.
thing that surprised me was how light it was.
But it's tough.
yeah, you look at some of the torture tests. Did you ever go back and look at any of them?
No, I didn't.
They
look.
have some torture tests. I say torture tests. They're just testing durability of those versus the Epsilon, the predecessor. And anyhow, it is just as durable and lighter, smaller profile. So, but I love the limb-driven rest. So tell us really quick why was someone, because same thing too. You're a Hoyt dude, you're a Mathews dude, you shoot a QAD, so
Yep.
cable-driven, and you like limb-driven. But tell us the I guess the advantages or even the differences, not even some of the advantages, but the differences between a cable-driven and limb-driven.
Yeah, I just like that cable-driven rest. I've shot QAD now for probably pushing 20 years. I like it. I mean, there's some negatives about it. If you got to change your draw length, you got to make sure to, especially if you shorten your draw, to shorten up your activation cord. So
Yeah.
make sure it still works. Where you don't have that with a limb-driven rest, doesn't matter on your draw length.
But it's only just one shot of
Yes.
it. You didn't adjust it because
Oh,
you hear
yeah.
a big slap and the end of the arrow swap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You may
You
have a
gotta-
knock stuck in the target rather than the field.
6-inch gash in the paper.
Yeah.
Yeah, no joke.
Oh,
We've
yeah.
seen that before.
But look, and I'm not saying one method is better than the other. They're just different. There's more than one way to skin that cat. You can get the same tune with either one.
I got both.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
But this is the year that we've seen most changes, or at least that I've seen. Y'all been in it way longer than me, but that I've seen the most changes in not just bows, but just archery gear. It seems like everybody is coming up with a new sight that does something a little bit different. New mounting styles, new accessories. But again, the bows, there's never been as tight of a run of the type of bow or the feel of the bow or anything like that.
Well, look, all of it. We've done it for a minute, and all that new stuff kind of wears on you, and you get kind of doesn't excite you. You know, you almost have to take somebody that's new to it and see how it affects it. Man, if he's excited about it, that must be, you know, it's just a new something. We've been kind of excited about this new stuff. It kind of lit a fire. And it's not just the two bows or the air rest, it's sights. I know HHA, they dropped something brand spanking new here just a couple of days ago.
Did Michael's come
on the
in?
scope.
No, it was like 4 to 6 weeks out.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little bit.
That's a cool sight. That new head scope's a cool scope.
Mhm.
Yep.
I don't know, but we're pretty excited about it.
All jokes aside, I keep forgetting to say this, but if you look at the back bar on that Hoyt, it's black. I keep forgetting to mention if y'all place another Hoyt order anytime soon.
Came in today.
You placed a Hoyt order?
Not today. Way back, but it came in today.
Any bottomland? I need
Yes.
a bottomland back bar.
We're not going to have anything to sell. You're going to have one or two of everything we got
Well.
on that thing. We're going to run out. So people, if you're listening to this and we're out of it, Nolan's got it.
That's right.
But everything I have is for sale. If you come down to the store and you want this bow, we'll stick a sticker on it and sell it to you.
There you
And then
go.
I'll just go build another one. That's it.
But-
Counterintuitive.
But yeah, there was some stuff coming.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Listen, Christmas is, how far is that? A
Next
week,
Thursday.
2 weeks,
Yeah,
next
week.
Thursday. Next Thursday.
Yep.
If Nolan hurry up and get this thing out by then. But listen, if you talk about a gift, and I'm not talking about expensive like the bows, but the accessories or stuff like that, now would be a good time to give something to someone that they would appreciate and they would use. Right now, it'd be, you know, the R7, the air rest, some of the sights, arrows for that matter.
Yeah. Even like arrows and broadheads and stuff. That's what we talked about on that last or the 2 episodes ago, the little Christmas drop that we did.
Yeah.
Is
Broadheads are the best stocking stuffers.
Do they fit right on
Yeah,
in there?
best ones.
Lighted
Yeah.
Knox fits
Lighted
right in
Knox.
there.
Yep.
Field points.
Yep.
There's just
I
a
bet you they make a stocking big enough to fit a bow too.
Oh, no
Yeah.
doubt.
I
You
believe
just put your bow as your stocking stuffer.
I guess so. We're gonna have to find some wives that love their husbands that much, I guess. But it is, you know, right now a lot of that new stuff, it's not shipping like we would like, and it never does. But
We've got a lot of them this year. Yeah.
but they're all gone.
That's a
Yeah.
good
I
problem.
mean,
They're all
yeah,
sold.
it's not a. Look, there's a list as long as your arm. I mean, but I don't know. Look, we're just flat out excited about this year. What's coming up?
Are y'all going to go shoot some tack with us?
We are.
Yes, I ain't got no choice.
Yeah, we're going.
You going
We're
to go?
going.
Yeah, I'll try between fishing.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Look, I just want to go and see some of these boys on YouTube.
That's
There
right.
you go.
They tickle me to death.
Yeah, you will see a lot of them out there.
Yeah.
Man, that's some fun stuff, going and shooting them tack
And
events.
that means we're on YouTube too with this thing. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
right there
you're
with
an
them.
influencer.
yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I'm going to say
Good or bad or
collectively, you probably have more views in total than a lot of those guys do.
I don't know. But I can't. wait to
If
see
you looked at
something of
TikTok and you saw some of the views on the videos of some of the things you were saying, oh yeah, you'll be thumping that chest.
it. Well, I don't want to know. I don't do TikTok. I don't.
That's probably a good
Somebody
thing.
else puts it on there, but I wouldn't even know how to go back getting it.
It's probably a good thing.
Yeah.
That's
I'd
probably.
love to see Richard do some TikTok lives.
Oh Lord, we've tried live stuff before.
On TikTok?
No, I'm talking about like me and you down at the store.
Yeah, we're not very good at
On
that live
Facebook
thing. We
Live.
got to have something where we can cut it, edit, stop it.
Take out some of the uhs.
Yeah.
We used to
I
have
wasn't saying
plenty of
it. He's gonna make fun of me like he did the other day down at the store if I said that. So I was gonna keep my mouth shut.
But look, since we're talking about Christmas, though, that'd be something pretty neat to, you know, doesn't matter if it's a husband or a wife or a friend, an uncle or mom or daddy, but arrows, way too easy. Don't necessarily have to cut them. Broadheads, lighted Knox. Who doesn't like lighted Knox? We've sold more lighted Knox this year than you can shake a stick at. This may be the best year for lighted Knox sales that we've ever had.
Kid bows.
And they're running out quickly. Look, youth, absolutely. We sold a lot of that.
How
There's
many?
going to be
Tell me that number.
I don't know
quadrillion?
what the, yeah, a quadrillion.
Yeah.
There was a few years ago we were talking about how we need to get the youth into this. Our bow hunter was getting old. I mean, who in the world? Who's going to keep it going? Everybody's my age, and of course now y'all are young, and but we need that preteen to start it, and then carry it on as they go. We got that now. There's one of those kids shooting 4-H.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Look, some of those, they got stuff hanging off that boat. Looks like it ought to get cable TV.
Mm-hmm. What's a good age?
A Tesla thing.
For parents, if there's parents listening right now, I mean, like I would love Vaughn. He's 4. He just turned 4. I mean, he's got like little play bows that I bought from the store. But
there's Bear makes one, and I forget what it's called.
Yeah.
We've got them. Low poundage. If you can teach them to look through that peep sight, that's the hardest thing we do. It's tough to get a grown man to look through the peep and get it set in the string, much less a child of that age. But if we can get them to do that, look, we've got a friend of ours that he has some twin boys, and they share the same bow. But it was hard to get them to get their face over to the string, much less look through the peep. But now they do it, and man, they were shooting at 20 yards the other day. That was pretty awesome.
How old are they?
When they got the bow, it may have been one was 7, but they both were 7. They're twins. One was 7, one was 7 in 2 minutes. I don't know. But now they're a couple of years older, so they handle it pretty good.
So you think 7 parents listening right now wanting to get their kid a bow, but wondering if they're too young or too
7 years old is perfect.
No, yeah.
I mean, they take instruction really well, and at 9, we have some 9-year-olds with that little Fred Bear Royale. We've got this many 9-year-olds that have killed deer this year.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome, and it's awesome to hear the stories because we sure hear them, and then they're good. It's awesome.
Well, I was in there yesterday, and a kid brought in a pretty nice buck.
Yes,
was
he
that
did.
with a bow?
No, that was with a gun.
But still.
Look, this little caddy, I think his brother's just a couple of years older than he is, and his brother may have his own YouTube channel. Oh, he's awesome. That's Stuart Bombs. If you're listening, Stuart, we gave you a shout out. That's his 2 little boys. They're awesome. Hand warmers.
Oh yeah, those electric hand warmers.
No, the ones that you peel open the pack, shake them up.
Oh yeah. Shoot, because we're about out of the hot hands.
Right now we are, I think.
We are out.
Yeah.
I know there's a few different brands, or that Thaw. I think I saw some of those. I saw some of those, but the actual hot hand brand.
Yeah, we're out,
dude.
Now, I'm gonna tell you something. Not to cut you off, but there's a little boot.
the new boot dryer. Yep.
It's not one that like the Pete. It's not like that. Which I love the Pete boot dryer. If we go on a hunt or whatever, it's one of the first things I put in the truck. But these little things, they're rechargeable. They're like a little puck with a fan in it, and you shove it down there in that boot, and it just recirculates air. And it dries them out. No heat. Neatest little thing, and it takes up this much space. Pretty awesome. Hey, that's brand new.
Brand new. We ain't talked about it yet.
Get it before it gets out there.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you something that I've been seeing a lot of people. When we were down there yesterday, the whole time there's somebody at that freaking silencer shop kiosk. The whole time.
That's a no-brainer there. People are trying to get them now before the first of the year, because after the first of the year, your $200 tax stamp is waived.
Yeah.
And the silencer manufacturers are not going to be able to keep up.
Yeah. There'll be a little time frame there.
Huh?
I'm going to be there January 1.
Yep. Well,
I got 3 of them that I'm wanting to get.
Yeah.
And there's no telling what the wait time is going to be.
I'm wanting to get one for that 300 Weatherby I got from y'all. I want to put one on that.
What we try to do is inform people. There are some people that, hey, look, $200, I want it now.
Yeah.
That's all it's going to cost. But there's some that didn't, and you can put them on. We had been putting them on layaway for folks, and then after the first of the year, they take it off layaway and start. You got to have a serial number to start all the paperwork or whatnot. But and they'll do that. And of course, if you got the silencer in hand, it's not going to take you long. If you come in there after the first of the year and you haven't put one on layaway or whatever, there's a chance that by the end of January, silencers are going to be hard to find.
I'm going to say it won't be by the end of January. It'll be before.
And it very well could be. It very well could be.
It ain't like they're the easiest thing in the world to get now.
No, probably not. Look,
Has it gotten easier here lately to get them? Or are they still difficult to get?
It depends on
It
the
varies.
model. Yeah.
And the time frame to do all the paperwork and get that back's been quick, which that's going to change too after the first.
Yeah, they stopped taking applications, I think, yesterday. ATF did, and they'll be shut down, and they won't take any more until January.
That's correct. But they will get bogged down.
Oh, yeah.
And you remember back during COVID or what have you, guns, we were waiting. It may get approved. It may take that 3 day. In this silencer, it may be the same. It may be the same.
Still better than waiting. My first one took 13 months. And then Nick, my brother-in-law, his shortly before after that, 16 months.
I don't think it'll get that bad, but it's going to get several months.
Several months. That's all right. I mean, by the time January gets there, most people are done rifle hunting. You ain't got a whole lot of time left to do it anyways, and so you're good to wait till the following year. You're fine.
I did say something to Pigman about a podcast today.
What did he say?
Come on.
Did he really?
Mm-hmm.
Where is he?
Oklahoma.
Oh, so he doesn't live in Texas?
He lives up there. Where'd they have the elite deal up there on that lake in Oklahoma? Like northeast Oklahoma.
Oh.
What lake is that? 10 Killer?
Yeah.
He lives on 10 Killer.
Really?
Oh. Okay.
Did you know he had a deal with Pigman?
Yeah.
Yeah, I said something. He said, yeah, just let me know.
Dude.
Yeah, we'll get it. No, I don't know. I mean, that's what he said. And he's been good to his word on everything so far. So
let me. Does he still have some hunting stuff? Property? Is it in Texas?
He's actually he started an outfitting deal this year. He's outfitting in Oklahoma now.
Is that what all the elk stuff he's been doing is for?
No. That's on that guy that has that, or I guess that guy that has that dealership.
Gotcha.
Because they're actually like, you got to have a tag for those. Like they're like, they consider them native.
Right.
It's not like Texas.
Yeah.
Where it's a hog.
Yeah. Well, that'd be awesome getting Pigman on.
Well, we'll have to go to him.
Oh, I mean,
if we want to do it, we'll have to go to him.
Yeah. Well, that'd be all right.
Yeah.
Gee, we'll try to go ahead and plan.
I'll get with him. I'll tell him like, hey, I just said something. I was like, hey, would you be interested in doing a podcast? He just said, yeah, come on.
I commented on his thing, and he was like, yeah, just whenever. That's been
super
a while,
nice to me, man.
A while ago.
You'll do it after the TAC event or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Most
we'll be
of the
right
way
there.
there.
We'll be 2 hours from him.
That's a
Hour
wild
and a
son of a
half.
gun too.
He was when we saw him. No, he was calm, professional.
Yeah.
He was
yeah.
not in that kind of setting in a store
Yeah.
environment. No, he was
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
good.
I
great.
don't. I mean, obviously, I don't like know him. You know, we've just had phone conversations. But that dude, he's been super solid for me. Like to me,
Yeah.
he's been. Yeah.
I saw he's put out some stuff about you now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'd be awesome to get him on.
Yeah.
Being able to head up to Oklahoma
Mm-hmm.
and do it, whether it's before TAC or after TAC or whatever.
Yeah, we'll get in contact and get
that'd
something going.
That'd be fun. Try to go. What say? Pinch a few pigs.
Paint some pigs.
We'll go pinch some pigs on you out there too.
Like I said, a few years ago, we had the privilege of meeting him, and I know sometimes he does some wild things on that, but he was just a gentleman. He was
Super good guy.
Yep.
Yes, he was good to all our customers and
Women, kids.
Yep.
Just
Yeah.
TV personality I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure there's that, and there's the real pig man. I'm telling you, he was top notch.
Yeah.
We enjoyed it. And that's been some years ago.
Oh, yeah. 12, 15.
And he
probably.
might remember. I know he'll remember coming up there. Now, he won't remember us, I'm sure, but
He'll randomly reach out to me and just, I'm a nobody, small guy. He'll randomly reach out and just be like, "How you doing? Need anything?" Just little things like that.
Yeah,
There
that's
ain't.
awesome.
I mean,
that means a lot.
it does. It really does. Really does.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
We'll do it. Shoot.
There we go.
Call that son tomorrow and be like, bro, let's plan it. Let's run it, baby. So,
All right.
final question.
Come on with it.
Are you going to be shooting a Mathews this year at all? And will you be shooting a Hoyt this year at all?
I mean, I wouldn't have a problem with it.
That ain't
I've
what I
shot them in
asked.
the past.
That ain't what I asked.
We may rig one up just, surprise everybody.
Yeah.
Or not. No, I'm just picking. But I am going to tell you right now. I mean, somebody asked me the other day because I just couldn't stop talking about the bow. And he said, "Are you going to shoot a Mathews?" I said, "Well, no." I said, "But just where they are right now, they are in a great place. Now, if they'll build on it, that kind of thing and keep going, I'm telling you, that right there will be a shooter. And that one over there already is. But that one right there, I'm proud for Matthew. I'm proud to be associated with it.
Yeah.
Not that I wasn't before, but I believe in that.
It's a fine one. That Kodiak Brown, dude. My goodness. It is fine. So,
And look, and nobody else has accessories.
no.
Yeah.
No. You're not, and I'm shooting a Hoyt and I love it. But if you went and you bought a bow strictly on accessories, Mathews, they got it. Now you're gonna pay for it, but it is.
Yeah,
it is.
It comes with a price.
It comes. Look, premium products come at a premium price. They do every time, but it's high as a cat's back. But yeah, their accessories, all their bridge lock, or what they call the arc stuff now, all that is legit. It is crazy awesome. But that color, man, golly, that color, it looks.
But I'm gonna tell you. But here's what we'll tell everybody. These things we were told that we might get a double handful of these before Christmas. But boy, there's some things that's gonna have to change. Here we are, Wednesday. A week from tomorrow is Christmas, and if we see them, that's great. I'm not as confident now but. If you are interested in that arc, because the colors that we have right now, if we special order one, it's April 1st of May.
Yeah.
So
April for sure.
But you really need to get your name on Michael create a spreadsheet so we don't double sell.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Selling one bow twice, that's how you make your money.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you get in trouble too.
Yeah.
So
And I know a lot of guys kind of go like February, start thinking about like getting a bow for tack. Like you better do it now.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you better get it on your
I did
mind.
February last year, and I think I got mine a week before tack. It was pushing it last year, so I jumped on the gun a little early this year, and I already got mine.
And I
I'm
think
ready.
several people will do that too.
Yeah.
But it's just a hard to get. Doesn't matter where you go. It's nobody's going to get them any faster than anybody else.
Especially this year. I mean, Hoyt, that's essentially the RX-9, but it has the XTS tuning system is essentially what it is. And that's
look, we didn't even talk about the perimeter weight in the cams again. Matthews brought that back.
How long has it been since they had that?
Switchback XT. I know I remember that.
Yeah,
No, they had it in the Chill series 2-cam bows. They had them.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
that was the last one
Yeah,
that I remember.
that's right.
Was that just try to pick up a little bit of speed?
Yeah.
Well, the IBO, the speed rating didn't change, but it got more efficient in your average drawings. Like they didn't change the speed rating from last year, but like people notice that it's faster.
It's a little faster.
Yeah, that's
this
what
year.
I thought.
It's not a big dip, but
It
even
is.
in print,
They
it
didn't.
is.
They didn't print it, but it is
Yeah.
actually faster.
Yeah, because it said
Well, we
was it
saw-
348 is what?
348 on
Yeah.
the short one on
Yeah.
30.
Yeah.
It's something going because either they had really, really good advertisement on it, but all those other bow companies try to follow suit with a perimeter weighted something. There must be something to it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they kill. This is again first year that I think of that all the hype and the anticipation and the build up of any bow company, it actually met it. I mean, dude, Mathews, they freaking killed it. But and I'm not saying that Hoyt didn't.
Hey, don't sleep
It's just-
on that Hoyt.
No,
now.
I'm saying. I mean, there's a
'Cause
reason.
I'm like
there's,
Richard. I'm a Hoyt guy.
There's a
Like,
reason I'm shooting that Hoyt. I'm just saying that Hoyt. Sorry, Michael. Not trying to knock on
That's
it,
fine.
but that son of a gun. That's why I shoot it. And same thing you said earlier. When you draw back and you get on target, your pin, it just doesn't hardly move. And like, that's what's most important to me is the Mathews. That's what I was going to say earlier. The Mathews is the quietest, the smoothest. What's their, I mean, that's their slogan, or what is it?
I don't.
Or am I thinking of Polaris? I may be thinking of like a Polaris side by side. I don't know. But it is. Mathews, if that's not their slogan, it should be. It's the quietest.
There we go.
It's the smoothest by far. Hoyt, I mean, it's quiet and smooth, but not like that Mathews is. But what's most important to me is once I draw back and I put that pin on whatever deer, hopefully elk that's coming up here, or even a foam target at whatever distance, it just not hardly moving and being really, really still for me to put that arrow where I'm trying to aim. That's most important to me. And up until this year, Hoyt, they've knocked them out of the park every single time, but it's a tight running this year. Real
a lot
tight.
of people that if you want to know if your bow is tight or it's not tight, how many times has your string rolled off your wheel?
Oh yeah.
Or that's what you'll see on one that is not tight, is that you have an overabundance of, I don't know how many, there's too many to count. That, man, I rolled my string off my, I don't know what happened. You either when you draw, you put too much pressure one side, or if you let down, you put too much, and it just peels right off there.
Well, I know it's still a little bit early, but I think you can probably knock on wood and say that some of the limb delamination and some of the cam issues and stuff like that they've had in the past, I'm gonna say that's probably just in the past. That's
it is in the past. Look, let me tell you something. If because of how tight this is, even at full draw, your string it's not slack. If you roll that string off that cam, you've done something awfully bad.
Mm-hmm. That is not the bow's fault. No. It is the Indian, not the arrow, boys.
Yeah.
Good. All right. Well, it's pretty dang close. I looked down at my watch, and we ain't got but 21 minutes until our reservation at Parrish is going to be there, and Corey's probably waiting on us.
Yeah.
Your wife's probably waiting on us.
Not yet, because I hadn't told her to come on.
You better text her.
Okay.
Well, appreciate y'all coming on, talking bows, and just kind of giving us some of the details. And hopefully next time we get you on, you'll be shooting a Mathews, and maybe you'll be shooting a Hoyt. We'll see.
I think they should switch at tack. Make them switch bows or something.
Yeah, well.
Look, this will be the year. If you're going to do it, this will be the year to do it and be completely happy with it, for sure. So,
well, look, we want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year, and want to thank everybody for supporting us.
Absolutely.
And I say this all the time. We got the best customers, boy. We're getting off into something now, but in the store doing retail, boy, you get some folks sometimes that they come in, they're been all upside down, and you can't make them happy. We don't have that. Our people are. We just don't have that, and our team that we have that there's not enough of us. We would like to have some more team, but the team we have is pretty good.
Yep.
And we just want to thank everybody for
absolutely
coming down there. We know got people coming from a long way, and we appreciate it. And hopefully they understand that we do appreciate it.
Well, they do. That's why they come down there and see y'all.
Yeah.
They do. But and even listening to this podcast, I appreciate y'all more than you know, because I really enjoy doing this. And it's been fun.
I'm just going to ask you, how long has it been?
Yep. So this will be episode 40.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
watch out, Joe Rogan.
Yeah, no, dude, he's what, 40,000.
He did 40 the day before yesterday.
Yeah, he did 40. Yeah, in the last 20 days. No,
he couldn't have done that many. I mean, nobody has that much weed in there. You can't have that.
He does what, 3 or 4 a week? 4 a week every week.
Yeah,
and been doing that for years.
Well, if we did that in here, they'd run us slap out of town.
Oh,
it'd be Cheech and Chong coming out of here.
We appreciate y'all listening. Before y'all been wanting to hit that stop button and go to the next podcast for 20 minutes now. So I want to wrap this up. We want to wish you all a Merry Christmas. We thank you more than you know for shopping down at the store, shopping online, listen to the podcast, and even just coming down, just having conversations. It's been like that for as long as I can remember. I go down to get some content or something, or just come just to hang out or tinker with a bow. It don't matter. And those little millennial seats sitting out front, it seems like for years, they're just full of people. Just not, sometimes they buy stuff, but a lot of times they just come down there just to talk and just to hang out.
We get
Like-
a coffee pot. I think they finally turned that thing off about 3:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah. Yep. So, but we appreciate y'all more than you know. Christmas is coming up. This episode today is Wednesday the 17th, or tonight is Wednesday the 17th. This episode is going to come out tomorrow, Thursday the 18th. You have 1 week until Christmas. So all of your Christmas shopping, son, you better get it done. It's gonna be closed. We're closed Christmas Day. Close at 3:00 the day before, and then the 26th we'll be back open, wide open, and gonna spend some of that gift card money. All right, let's go get some duck wraps at Paris. We
Let's do it.
appreciate y'all. See you next time.
Enjoy
Bye.
it.
Merry Christmas.